Kids. Good evening from NYChessKids. Again, my name is Saudin, and in this lesson, I am going to introduce you to the opening that is called Evans Gambit. Before we study Evans Gambit, let's see what is a gambit. What does that mean? It's a kind of sharp word. Gambit means you sacrifice one or two pawns, and for those pawns you have to get something else. Of course, you don't want to give them for free. The idea is not to give those pawns for free. You want to get something else. Now, what can you get? You can get open lines, open diagonals. You can get your queen to be free and attack. You can get very strong center. And usually the gambits are very dangerous. You have to learn how to play against the gambit. So that's what we're going to talk in this lesson. Now let's see what is a Evans Gambit. Evans was a grandmaster here from United States, a great chess master, and this opening got his name. So let's see, it's e4, e5, knight f3. Pay attention because later I'm going to ask you to memorize the moves. Knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5. And now if you saw the first introduction to Gioco Piano opening, we played c3, and the idea of the c3 was to push the pawn to d4 to build up the center. But the chess players over time figure out that white really doesn't have much advantage with this idea. So they thought that if they push the pawn here, right, b4, and when the bishop takes, now c3, that they would be able to build up their center. So for instance, if the bishop goes back to c5, they could build up that center. And the difference is that there is no knight counterattack on f6, what we had in Gioco Piano. That was the idea, right? Now, of course, white gave a pawn, right? Pawn is a pawn. It is important, right? So can white get the advantage here? The new games show that white cannot really be better in those kind of games. But still, the Evans Gambit is very dangerous, and you have to be careful if you play this opening with the black side. So now, the best move for black is bishop to a5, not bishop to c5 here on a5. And the reason is when pawn goes to d4, you can take that with the black side, and the white cannot capture because there is a pin here. And that's very, very important because now white cannot build the strong center, right? They cannot capture the pawn on d4. Now, white can continue with a castling, and black can play different kind of moves here. Black can play this move knight e7 and then try to play pawn to d5. That's one option. The other option is pawn to d6. And after pawn takes on d4, this move bishop to b6. And the idea is to play bishop g4 and pin this knight and then attack. You see there's an attack here with a bishop and the knight. So this is one of the ways to play this game. Now, the other option for black may be also move like knight e7. Right? This is a solid move. And after, let's say, pawn takes, right? Can you find a move for black? We already did this move before in Gioco Piano. You remember I told you it's a very important move. When a white has such a powerful center, what do you have to do? You have to play this move d5, because if you make a castling, those pawns are going to go forward, and the knights will have to run away, and then the king is not going to be safe, the black king, right? So pawn to d5, right? You play this move, pawn takes, you play 95, and you are safe here because this bishop is protecting you. There is no check. See, I cannot play check because there's a bishop on a5, and that's very important. Now, white can continue attacking this knight, right? Black can play bishop to e6, protect the knight, and after queen takes on b7, now, white got his pawn back, but black can play a move like this, and the game is very good. It's solid for both sides. Sorry, here we have to play knight b4 this way, and because otherwise there would be a check there, right? So the game is quite solid. You see, the black may go and play rook b8 and trap the queen, right? So this is very interesting. Like you could try something like that. Now, let's try to guess the moves. I'm gonna disable this. How about we guess the moves now from black side? I flip the board and let's see. I am going to play with the white side and you play with the black side. You have to guess the moves. Let's play our little game. I'm gonna play pawn to e4. What's your move? Whenever you find a good move, raise your hand, but I can't see you. So how about this? You play e5, right? Knight f3. What do you play? Okay. If you found this move knight e6, that's great. I play bishop to c4, and you can play. Did you find a move? Bishop to c5. Now we go into this Evans Gambit. I play pawn to b4. You see, Gambit, I'm giving you a pawn, but I want something for that pawn, right? I want to build up the center. How do you take this pawn? With a bishop or with a knight? With a bishop, right? Now I play this move c3. I'm attacking your bishop, and then I want to play pawn to d4. Now, of course, you cannot play knight f6, right? Because I'm going to take your bishop. Do you remember what was correct move? Is it bishop a5 or bishop c5? Bishop a5 is the correct move. I play pawn to d4. What do you do? You need to take this pawn. Now look, I cannot capture because you are pinning my pawn. Pin, right? I hope you saw the lesson on pin. There's a good video on pin. So I cannot do it. So I make a castling. Now I'm wondering, what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose pawn to d6 or knight to e7? Both of them are great moves, right? If you play knight to e7, you want to push pawn to d5. If you play pawn to d6, then after take here, you come back to b6 and you are attacking. Look, you want to move bishop to g4. That's what you want to play, right? Now, if you choose the other way, if you play knight e7, that's also fine, right? Here, knight e7. Let's say pawn takes. You can play pawn to d5. And now after pawn takes, you take knight e5, and you see, does this bishop really protects you, right? So you can do it that way. And now, of course, you want to make a castling and run away or play bishop to e6. Okay, this is a Evans Gambit, right? We just learned a little bit about this. Now, if you want to practice Evans Gambit, you can go here to Tools, and you can set up the position for Evans Gambit, right? You go to board editor like this. You delete everything. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't want to delete everything. We're just gonna move the pieces, right? Okay. Let me go back. We have to play, like, you play a couple of moves for an Evans Gambit, and you can practice from both sides, right? As pawn to b4, and that's Evans Gambit. Now, if you want to practice with black side, you can. If you want to practice with white side, you can. Here, you decide, do you want to be white or black, right? If you want to be black, you can practice from that side, right? And and then you just continue from here, and you can play with a computer, or you can ask the friend to practice with you. And then when you play with a computer, I would suggest you use maybe level 2 or 3, even 4, so you can get a better game, right? You could put 10 minutes here. You don't need increment seconds, and you just decide if you want to play from white or from the black side. Let's say I decide to play from black side here, and you get a game, and then you can play with a computer. It's a very good practice, right? Now, I made a mistake here because I put it white to play, so pawn captured my bishop. So you have to put it black to play, right? When you play b4. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to show you how you can set up the position and practice from there. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed Evans Gambit, and let me know if you like it. Right? See you. Have a good night. Bye bye.